Keep your money in your pockets, all drinks, all drinks, all
That was part of a video that was taken during a visit to Westwood High School by Montreal musician Mcity Solo and his team of speakers. Now, the group tours high schools in the Montreal area, and they're trying to reach what they call a lost generation. The program is called Music with Meaning. Mcity Solo is the founder, along with his brother. And welcome.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having us.
You know, you and your brother have referred to these kids as, you know, you say they're somewhat of a lost generation. What do you mean by that?
My lost generation is really, it's lost and neglected. With the blow up of the internet, I mean, the kids, the students nowadays, there's no line between adults and students in terms of information. So we have to actually go back to these schools and let these kids know that it's okay to be a youth and it's okay to have fun and to set up your plan for the future, because it seems like nowadays everything is just geared to everyone, and everyone's starting to neglect that the students are still youth and still children, still teenagers, I should say.
Well, why did you decide to get involved there? What is it that you thought you could offer these kids?
Well, why I got involved was because as a youth, I was just like them. I was getting in trouble. I had no plan. I didn't know what I wanted to do or where I wanted to go. And it led me to getting into a lot of trouble. And after I actually got out of trouble and I joined up with a business coach called Ken Ingram, that's a great coach. Once I applied the lessons he's taught me and the lessons I went through in life, I realized that if I'd learned these things when I was younger, I wouldn't have gone through half the problems I did. So once I actually learned all these things, I decided to go back to the schools and try to spread that message so they could avoid making the mistakes I did.
You know, it seems like it's a lot more complicated these days, isn't it, to be young? I mean, there's just, you know, there's the violence, the bullying, as you say, the internet.
Yep. I mean, the internet, for one, it's a major thing right now. It's when we were younger, we didn't have the internet blowing up like that. I mean, the video games, we played Mario, they play Call of Duty. It's a different world. So someone really does have to let them know that it's okay to be a youth, because it's harder out there for them. The influences are much more, I mean, it's just, there's less positive influences out there.
You know, you also talk about the kids needing to build self-confidence. So some people would say, you know, some of these young people seem a little too cocky already. Yep. Do you think it's just bravado on their part? Yeah,
for sure. Like, a lot of these kids, a lot of these students, they know how to act. They know how to look cool. They know how to, but within themselves, they're not confident. They don't know where they want to go. They don't know what they want to be. So they're still trying to follow the crowds. They're still trying to, you know, they're trying to be like everyone else instead of being themselves. So it's really important that we go there and we stress to them that if they like something that someone else doesn't like, it's okay, and they just got to strive and be the best at that.
Yeah, because, you know, you also run job fairs and things like that, but it's a lot more than just finding a job, isn't it? Your real message seems to be that these kids, they have to learn to take responsibility for themselves, strive for excellence.
Exactly. It's really, I push believing in yourself, and I push extremely having a plan for your future, because honestly, you may be in school right now having a great time thinking you have it all under control, but once you finish school, once grade 11 is over, you hit the real world and you realize you didn't plan properly. So it's really to let them know that you have to set up your foundation for your future.
Well, what should adults be doing?
Adults should really be paying attention to their kids. Pay attention to what they're listening to, pay attention to what they're watching, and just talk to them, see what they're about, see what's going on, because kids, they're going through so many different things nowadays, and your parents are the perfect, actually adults and parents are the perfect people to give them examples on what to and what not to do, because they've most likely been through it.
Okay, now you're going to be visiting high schools again in the fall, so maybe we'll get you back to talk about that. In the meantime, if people want more information, you've got a website, www.musicwithmeaning.ca, and also if they want information, they can email you, info@musicwithmeaning.ca.
Exactly.
Thanks so much for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
Bye.